Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with Disabled Vets Perspective, and I have a quick perspective to do because we have weather coming. I wanted to do a quick video to let you people know your level of importance to a government, so to speak. We have a lot of situations going on the West Coast right now. A lot of unusual earthquakes, a lot of unexpected volcanic activity, strange and unusual things happening. And the FEMA is drilling, the first responders are drilling, everybody's doing these drills to get ready for something. But they will not tell you what they're getting ready for. It's all hush hush. Oh, we're just practicing. Well, there's a lot going on. You need to be keeping a track of this kind of stuff. If FEMA is ramping up and first responders are doing all these drills and National Guard drills on evacuating people from rooftops and all this stuff, you got to ask why. Because there's a reason we practice stuff like that when we're military and when we're first responders, that kind of thing. It's because they're getting ready for something. They don't practice something that they're not getting ready for. They're expecting something on the West Coast. So, with that being said, the seniority and the priority of how things work. If there's a natural disaster that is predicted, and they can, in some cases, be predicted, your importance on the food chain gets recognized fairly quickly because, number one, first thing is done when a natural disaster is imminent is they want to maintain the continuity of government. So that means all government officials are put into safe places, evacuated, they're taken care of because they're the most important, so to speak. Then you have military readiness operations so that when this happens, the government officials are in their safe place, the military is prepared to do their policing, their maneuvering, whatever has to be done in that event. And then after the military readiness, then there is the first responder staging, equipment, foodstuffs, whatever gets put into place. So they are put into places of relative safety. And then you got your first responders taken care of, you got your military readiness taken care of, you got your continuity of government taken care of, and then comes along the people. But here's the trick. If a situation is imminent, the government will not tell you because you don't matter. They would rather deal with the death and destruction of the masses than to give a notice ahead of time, because if they give you notice, then they're going to have panic. They think that people are too stupid to be able to prepare themselves for an imminent event. They'd rather scoop you up as a red spot on a road or out of a collapsed building. They would rather get you out of there as a body than to let you know ahead of time that there's a threat to your life. So think about that. You don't count. You are simply a statistic that will be calculated at the cleanup stage of a disaster. So if you guys see stuff going on that looks unusual, then the smartest thing you can do is you can get your bug out bag set up. Have some provisions in your automobile that will allow you to hold up for a few days if you have to, or to become mobile on foot. Pay attention to what's going on. The government will give you all the signs in the world, and then they'll always say, "Oh, we're not doing anything." Nope, nope, no, we're just playing this thing. So if you see a ramp up of activity, you see a lot of drilling going on, a lot of training exercises for these events. Pay attention, because what they're doing is they're preparing for an event. They're not going to tell you what it is. So you have to use your brain, you have to use your eyes, pay attention to what they're doing. And if you see a ramp up of activity, make sure you have your provisions in order. Make sure you have your escape plan. I did a video called Special Request or Earthquake Preparedness. I had a young lady that asked me to do that video because I'd been through 2 major earthquakes and I've done the survival afterwards. So I did that video. I'd recommend you watch it. Make sure you have your first aid, your family meeting locations. I would recommend going to see Adam, aka Marf, at Marfoogle News. He is really keeping up on the activities on the West Coast, and if you follow him, then you'll get updates fairly regularly of the activity that's going on the West Coast. Just the bottom line here: be ready, have your plan, have your provisions, have your family meeting locations, and like Marf says, make sure you have more than one meeting location. That's brilliant, because what if the first meeting location ends up underwater, or worse, or complete destruction? Come on, pup. You're gonna get wet in a minute. But anyway, just get over there to Marfoogle News. Let Adam tell you what's going on the West Coast, and pay attention to what the military, what the government's doing. Don't let them decide your fate. You decide it. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I need to get myself in the house because this one is going to be a doozy. We are getting a storm front coming through, and we got rotation. Those are always good. We wonder what we're going to have blown off our property after the close of a storm. But anyway, I wanted to get this out there real quick. I want you guys to pay attention and be ready. But until next time, y'all, stay in the fight.